Jean looked at Jack and simply said, "Your turn." Jack sighed, marked his page, rose, and followed Jean to his room. When he returned, he was similarly attired to Chastity. She gave him a sympathetic look from behind the relative safety of Michael Crichton, and rather than address the point, Jack simply returned to his book and resumed reading rather than dwell on the subject. Chastity as well was content to let it rest, and so the next little while passed without incident. However, Chastity soon tired of reading about the engineered return of the dinosaurs and set her book aside with a sigh and looked at Jack. Jack was slow to realize he was being observed, but eventually he became aware of it and looked up and away from his book slowly. "Yes?" he asked. "I'm bored," Chastity stated. Jack shrugged. Go play with your stuffed animals." Chastity looked at him in shock. "What kind of suggestion is that?" she asked, somewhat caustically. Jack, to his credit, was quick to realize his error. "A bad one?" Chastity favored him with a smirk. "You got that right." Jack sighed and marked his page, putting the book aside. Just when he was getting to a good part, too. "Okay, so you're bored. What do you want me to do about it?" "Think of something for us to do." Jack put up his hands. "Whoa there, remember we tried this earlier. It didn't work so well." "Yeah, well, I've elected you to be the idea man. So, get some ideas." Jack groaned. "Can't you think of something to do this time?" "Well, I would suggest exploring, but we've pretty much covered that, and I really don't feel like trying to poke around outside." Jack surveyed her honestly. "Even if you wanted to, neither of us are properly attired for such a venture." "Point," Chastity said. "Though these diapers are thick enough to act as some sort of insulator. That's not something I want to test." "Same here," she agreed. "So that leaves trying to find something to do inside." She paused. "So, any ideas?" Jack shook his head. "Not a one." "Wonderful," Chastity groused. "Isn't it just?" "Quiet, you. I thought you wanted me to think of something to do." "You can think silently, and when you have an idea, then you may speak." "Oh, so now I have no speech privileges?" Jack asked. "Who died and made you queen?" Chastity's smile was all teeth. "Watch it, or you'll be lucky to rate as court jester. Better to simply cut off my head and be done with it. I'm not much for comedy." "Ain't that the truth?" Jack glowered at her. "Quiet, you. Make me." "Oh, you want me to?"